The preservation of video games should be a priority within gaming communities and among developers. At the very least, it's a subject that deserves reflection. On one side, we have the creators, idealists who dedicate their time, effort, and creativity to bring games to life. For them, this can be an artistic expression, or, in some cases, purely a commercial venture. On the other side, we have the consumers of this art, or what is not always art, considering that many games are made solely for profit. We can compare this situation to the music industry, which is fundamental to human life. Music has evolved over the decades, exploring countless genres and ideas. However, in the past 20 years, the industry has increasingly promoted artists who often do not create their own music, acting more as figures for idolization than as authentic musicians. This same logic has infiltrated the gaming and entertainment industries, leading to a noticeable decline in quality. Today, it is common to see games released in an incomplete state, designed to force players to purchase DLCs for the full experience. In the past, unlocking a character in a fighting game was a matter of skill and enjoyment. Now, it often requires microtransactions. This shift reflects a production model that prioritizes profit over player experience. Just as music has adapted to new formats, from vinyl and CDs to MP3s and streaming, video games also need to evolve. However, this evolution doesn't always equate to improvement. The transition to digital formats has brought accessibility, but removed the real sense of ownership. In the past, owning a cartridge or disc meant it was yours forever. Today, digital games are tied to servers and platforms, which can disappear at any time, taking your entire library with them. Brazil exemplifies the challenges of game preservation even further. The cost of a single game can exceed one-third of the minimum wage, an incomprehensible reality for many foreigners. As a result, many players turn to older titles, seeking the nostalgia of more authentic experiences. However, this comes with its own challenges. Finding functional old consoles and games can be expensive and difficult. Many re-released collections are simply basic emulations, offering no fixes or improvements and sold at exorbitant prices. Classic abandoned games like Darkwatch, Asura's Wrath, and Pepsi Man are examples of titles that lack accessible versions. Even though redistributing these games may involve complex copyright issues, it highlights the industry's neglect of its own history. Additionally, the increasing reliance on online servers means that once those services are discontinued, access to these games will be permanently lost. Companies like Ubisoft have already stated that players do not own the games, but merely licenses to use them. In the past, purchasing a physical game meant having something tangible and permanent. Today, even collector's editions often come with only a download code. If platforms like Steam or PSN were to shut down, all the games purchased on them would vanish. In this context, the preservation of games depends on enthusiast communities that dedicate their efforts to keeping the memory of these classics alive. Projects like GOG, Good Old Games, invest in preserving and distributing old games, ensuring that gaming history remains accessible to future generations. In the future, legal changes, such as those anticipated for 2025 in California, may bring greater transparency about the true nature of digital purchases. And then the question arises, is the game truly yours?